This ballerina's perfect life is destroyed after a career-ending injury, forcing her into a brutal spy school where her body and mind become weapons in a deadly game between Russia and the CIA. In Russia, Dominika Igorova is a shining star. With every step on stage, she captivates the wealthy and the powerful, her movements flawless, her beauty undeniable. The theater adores her, the audience worships her, and the government provides her family with everything they need because of her talent. But beneath the glittering lights, Dominika's life is bound by duty. Her mother is sick, and without her career, the free medical care and housing would disappear. For Dominika, dancing isn't just passion, it's survival. But fate has other plans. One evening during a performance, her partner missteps. His weight comes down hard on her leg. The sharp snap echoes through the theater. Dominika collapses in agony as the curtain falls. When she wakes, her leg is held together by metal pins. The doctors are clear, she may walk again, but her career on stage is finished. The spotlight vanishes overnight. 3 months later, Dominika limps out of the hospital into a cold Moscow winter. She forces herself to move on, but home feels emptier than ever. Waiting inside is her uncle, Ivan. He is no ordinary family member. As a deputy director in the Russian intelligence service, he exudes authority and danger. His visits are rare and never without purpose. Over tea, Ivan makes his offer. He knows she has lost her career and her income. He knows her mother depends on her. If Dominika wants to keep the life they have, she will need to work for him. Out of desperation, she agrees. Her first mission begins in a luxury hotel. She dresses to attract attention, wearing the gown Ivan has chosen, and takes her place in the lobby bar. Her target? Dmitry, a wealthy political figure. She is to charm him, accompany him upstairs, and swap his phone when he isn't looking. But things go wrong. Dmitry is aggressive, far rougher than she expected. Just as panic sets in, the door bursts open. A masked assassin rushes in, strangles Dmitry with a wire, and kills him in moments. Blood pools on the carpet. Dominika freezes, stunned. The assassin doesn't hurt her. Instead, he orders her to follow. He shoots the lock off the door with a silenced pistol and escorts her down to the garage, where guards fall one by one. She clings to survival as he leads her to a hidden room in the hotel. Then, to her shock, he removes the helmet. At that moment, Ivan enters. Her uncle's mask drops too. He is cold, ruthless, and entirely in control. He tells Dominika the truth. She has seen too much. She knows the assassin's face, she knows his methods. There are only two options. She can join the state's secret training program, or she can die tonight. Dominika chooses to live. Before she leaves, she returns home for a final goodbye. Her mother, frail but wise, gives her a warning. Protect yourself, and never close all of your escape routes. The words cling to her as she boards a car that drives into the snowy wilderness. She knows she will never come back the same. The destination is Siberia, at a remote military facility known only as School 4. This is no ordinary academy. It is a place where recruits are stripped of their names, their dignity, and their pasts. Here, they are trained to become Sparrows, operatives who weaponize seduction, manipulation, and psychological warfare. On the first day, Dominika and the other recruits are told the rules. They are no longer individuals. They belong to the state. Under no circumstances may they reveal their true names. Their bodies are no longer their own, only tools to be used for missions. The female instructor wastes no time proving her point. She orders Dominika and a male recruit to strip in front of the class. Dominika hesitates, her eyes burning with disbelief, but the instructor is unrelenting. "Your body belongs to the motherland," she says. Humiliation is expected. Compliance is demanded. The weeks blur into merciless drills, shooting, lockpicking, surveillance, tail work, manipulation. Every skill is sharpened into instinct. Dominika excels, but her success breeds enemies. One day in the showers, a jealous male recruit attacks her. He tries to force himself on her, hoping to prove dominance. But Dominika fights back viciously, slamming him down with a steel squeegee. Instead of punishment, she is summoned to the headmaster. To her surprise, he does not condemn her. He sees something in her, a gift. She can read what others truly want, and she can turn it against them. Her final test comes soon after. She is told to face the same recruit she humiliated. The instructor orders her to give him what he craves. The boy demands she turn around, hoping to regain control. But Dominika strips calmly, defiantly, right in front of him. The power dynamic collapses. Ashamed, he flees. The headmaster approves. Dominika has mastered the art of psychological warfare. She is ready to graduate. Back in Moscow, Ivan wastes no time assigning her next mission. Months earlier, a CIA officer, Nate Nash, had made a daring escape in Russia. In a Moscow park, Nash had been meeting a secret informant when police stumbled upon them. To save the source, Nash pulled his gun, fired warning shots, and drew the authorities away. He barely reached the US Embassy alive, but his source disappeared into the night. That act embarrassed Russian intelligence. Nash is now stationed in Europe, and Moscow is desperate to uncover his informant. Ivan orders Dominika to seduce him, win his trust, and learn the name. Dominika protests, but Ivan is cold. Complete the mission, and she will be free. Refuse, and her mother will lose everything. With no choice, she agrees. She is sent to Budapest, where she is paired with Marta, a seasoned Sparrow who has lived this life for years. Marta warns her about the station chief, a lecherous old man who preys on new recruits. Dominika brushes it off, her eyes fixed on Nash. Through surveillance, she learns his habits. He swims daily at the same pool. She dyes her hair blonde, registers for a membership, and makes sure he notices her. When she walks past in her swimsuit, she can feel his gaze. But Nash isn't fooled. He recognizes her instantly. He even knows she changed her hair. The next evening, they meet again at a reception. There's no pretense anymore. Nash knows she is Russian intelligence, and she knows he's CIA. But instead of hostility, he offers something unexpected: friendship. Dominika plays along, but later that night she snoops through Marta's belongings. Hidden in the walls, she finds compromising photos and a diary. Marta is running her own side deal with an American staffer in the US Senate. The payout? $250,000. Dominika realizes she can use this. The next day, she returns to Nash's apartment. She tries a new tactic: vulnerability. She plays the victim, even shedding tears. She leans in, hoping seduction will open him up. But Nash surprises her again. He resists, gently but firmly. For the first time, Dominika feels the sting of failure. Her greatest weapon, her ability to manipulate others, has faltered. And as she walks away from his apartment that night, her mission has never felt more impossible. Dominika's failure weighs heavily. She knows her uncle expects results, and she has nothing to show. That night, she returns home, only to find Ivan waiting. His expression is sharp, his words colder than the winter air outside. He demands to know what she's achieved. Under pressure, Dominika blurts out a lie: that she and Marta are working together on a lucrative deal with the Americans. It's a dangerous gamble. Ivan's eyes narrow, but he buys it, temporarily.
When he leaves, Dominika feels the weight of her mistake, and it only grows heavier when Marta appears with a gun. She overheard everything. Betrayal fills the room like poison. Marta demands to know why Dominika would steal her target, why she would risk both their lives. Dominika doesn't answer. She only knows one thing: her uncle cannot find out the truth. The confrontation ends unresolved, but the damage is done. The two women are no longer allies. The next day, Dominika tries again to get closer to Nash. She picks the lock to his apartment, searching desperately for anything useful. The rooms are clean, the shelves bare of secrets. But then she spots 2 glasses of wine left on the table from the night before. She carefully collects one with Nash's fingerprints. It's a small victory, but still not enough. That night, everything comes crashing down. The same assassin who killed Dmitri finds Marta first. Her body is left lifeless in the bathtub, a brutal warning for Dominika. The assassin spares her only because she is Ivan's niece, but the message is clear: one more misstep, and she's next. The police call Nash, who comes to pick her up. He doesn't scold her, doesn't threaten her. Instead, he tells her what she already knows deep down. Russia will never value her, never protect her. He offers her a chance to defect, to work for the CIA. Dominika hesitates, but something in his voice convinces her. She agrees. At a CIA safe house, she undergoes interrogation. They strap her to a lie detector and pepper her with questions, but she has been trained too well. The machine is useless against her. The agents are unsure, until she offers them something explosive, proof that a Senate chief of staff is willing to sell secrets. The room goes still. For the first time, the Americans realize she's more than a pawn. Her next assignment takes her to London for the exchange. In the hotel room, money is stacked on the desk. A disc waits in the hidden compartment below. Her job is to complete the trade, switch the real disc for a fake one, and walk away clean. But Maxim, the station chief, who has always doubted her, is watching closely. Every second feels longer than the last as she works to make the swap. Just when suspicion is about to boil over, a CIA operative posing as hotel staff distracts Maxim at the door. The ruse buys her time. The switch is complete. Dominika walks out calm, but chaos follows. The Senate aide panics, flees with the bag of money, and in the streets outside, she's struck by a truck, dead on impact. Both Russian and American eyes witness it. The operation is tainted. Back in Moscow, Dominika is dragged into a nightmare. She's stripped, tortured, drowned in ice water, beaten until she can barely stand. The interrogator demands to know if she betrayed them, if she gave anything to the CIA. But Dominika refuses to break. Even when Maxim is executed beside her, she holds the line. Ivan storms in, conflicted, but still her uncle. She insists everything she did was for the mission, that she risked everything to win the trust of the CIA and get closer to Nash. For now, Ivan spares her, but suspicion lingers. When she returns to Budapest, she seeks out Nash. Their bond grows stronger, a mixture of attraction and survival. But danger finds them again. The assassin reappears, this time with torture tools designed for burned victims. He wants the name of Nash's informant. He strings up Nash, preparing to flay him alive. Dominika pretends to assist, holding Nash down, but when the moment comes, she strikes. The fight is brutal, desperate. Knives flash, blood spills, and finally, Dominika severs the assassin's tendons. He collapses, helpless. With one final thrust, she ends him. Nash survives, but Dominika knows her position is now beyond repair. The assassin's death confirms her betrayal. In the hospital, afterwards, she receives a visit from an unexpected figure, the headmaster of Sparrow School. To her shock, he reveals the truth. He is the mole inside Russia. Years ago, when his wife needed an American doctor, the state denied her care. She died, and he turned against his country. For years, he has been feeding information to the CIA, but now he's tired. He wants out, and he sees in Dominika someone who can replace him. He tells her to expose him. If she does, Russia will believe her loyal. She will survive, and perhaps even rise in power. But Dominika thinks differently. She goes to the police, confessing that she killed the assassin. She requests to meet the Russian embassy. When connected to Moscow, she offers them the name of the mole in exchange for her life. The trap is set. Evidence has been carefully planted: bank accounts, hidden wine glasses, paper trails. When the dust clears, the traitor isn't the headmaster, it's Ivan. The Americans prepare to take him, but the Russians cannot allow a traitor to cross into enemy hands. Shots ring out. Ivan collapses in the airport, his blood staining the floor. Dominika has survived once more,
And this time, she emerges stronger than ever. Back in Moscow, she is paraded as a hero. The director of intelligence praises her. The headmaster claps from the audience, satisfied that she has taken her place. She is no longer a pawn, no longer just a sparrow. She is something far more dangerous, a double-edged weapon, serving both masters, loyal only to her own survival. And as she returns home, lying in bed, she closes her eyes and imagines herself back on stage, dancing freely, living a life that was stolen from her the night her leg was broken. But that life is gone forever. Now, her stage is the shadow war between nations, and the performance never ends. And that's the story of Red Sparrow, a dangerous game of seduction, betrayal, and survival, where even family can become the ultimate enemy. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe for more thrilling stories.